Hi, welcome back once again. My name is Vaishali, and today I'd like to talk about we playing God and devil at the same time. So I'd like to address this topic in a whole lot of ways through various lenses. So in India, we kind of celebrate festivals all throughout the year, but in most parts of the world, this is a season wherein most of the festivals or festivities are celebrated, wherein God or godliness is celebrated. So what is God or godliness? Let's try and understand and critically think about it, the notions that we have created for ourselves to understand a certain concept that is omnipresent, that is omnipotent, that is omnipowerful. So when I looked up for the root word of omni, it meant all. It meant encompassing all. It meant whole. So like I said, I'll be addressing this topic in a whole lot of ways through different lenses, trying to understand our concept of God or godliness or omnipresence or omnipotent and omnipowerful or all-powerful or all-present all the time, something that is whole. I'd like to take an example over here. I'd like to take an example of my parents who by profession are doctors. So my parents, along with a whole lot of other people who are in the medical field, who are working professionally as doctors, have been given a lot of reverence throughout centuries. And essentially because they are life savers, or they are considered as healers who come here and give healing to other people, who become one of the sources of removing pain and suffering from somebody's lives, who become the source of helping birth another life. Now, when all of these doctors or healers or people who come to take the pain and the suffering away do their job well, they are applauded. In fact, most of the times, a lot of people also put them on a pedestal which is close to godliness or close to godlike. Likewise, it's for teachers, even for artists who express themselves through different mediums in the most creative ways possible. But when something goes amiss during the performance of the job, the very same people who had been put on that pedestal now gets pulled down by the very same people who had put them on the pedestal in the very first place. So now the godlike being switches from being godlike to being the God in disguise or the devil in disguise of the God. The good God in a snap then becomes a devil in guise of the God. So when we say, especially Indians, that God resides in children, I wonder what happens after the age of 2 or 3 or 4 that God suddenly moves out from this child and comes to become an exterior force. It leaves the child and is no more a part of that child, is no more a part of that individual. So what happens? So then why do we start looking for that God outside of us and not find the same godly essence within all of us? Why is it that a metal carving or a stone carving or some else carving becomes more important than the godliness within all of us? Then I've also wondered at times, if God is omnipresent, if God is omnipotent, if God is in everything, if the essence of God is in everything, where does the devil come in from? Where does the evil come in from? Is God not equally there in white as it is in black? Is God so discriminatory that it would like one essence of itself and not the other aspects of itself? But if omni means all and whole, will the representation of this screen, which stands both for abundance, prosperity, growth, and jealousy, will it not encompass the whole of the screen? Maybe what we call or consider as the evil is the unconscious that has not been brought to conscious awareness. Maybe metaphorically then, the Ravan who has always been considered as the evil one might not necessarily be evil, but it is the storehouse of knowledge that has probably not been brought to conscious awareness to awaken the wisdom within. So maybe when Carl Jung said that no tree can grow to heaven without its roots reaching down to hell, I believe what he was trying to say was that nothing can go towards light unless it reaches down or it travels down to understand its own darker unconscious states. Unfortunately, because it's a larger part of our chunk, fortunately, because we get to tap into that Vedic Ravan to awaken its wisdom so that we move out and we transform the Ravan within. So let's rethink about the concept of God and godliness that never travels one way, that is not partial to this or to that, but is an encompassed wholesomeness of this and that, of the light and of the dark. Let's retry, re-understand and redefine the concept of godliness, of omnipresence that cannot be partial towards light and dark, that cannot be partial towards this or that, but is a combination, is a culmination of this and that, of light and of the dark. Let's try and re-evaluate our ideas. Let's try and develop more of our critical, or rather than critical, crucial thinking skills. Let's try and do that, and I will see you once again the next week. Till then, stay tuned in. And guys, if you do like the contents of my videos, please do like, share and subscribe.